Okay, starting us off on the show this week, we're talking about the Ards International Guitar Festival. Yes, it's that time of year again, and it runs from the 19th until the 23rd of April, back for its 27th year, I believe. Let's find out more because Emily Crawford joins us in the studio. Emily, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks very much for having us in again.
Good to see you. Always this time of year, and we're getting ready for another festival, again jam-packed with stuff from all over the world.
Yeah, absolutely. We're delighted this year to have a stronger international element back to the festival again. Obviously, the couple of years dealing with COVID meant that it was a bit risky having people travelling and flying in for the festival, but we've got some fantastic acts coming in from Europe, coming in from England, international names. So yeah, we're really looking forward to this year's festival.
So on the opening night, I say we've got a comedy classic soundtracks thing. What's all that about?
Yeah, this is a lovely event. There's kind of a film theme running through a few of the events this year, but the opening event is a lovely event with a couple of local performers, Neil O'Brien and Paul McMorty, based in Belfast, and they're going to be performing the live soundtracks to a series of little short classic comedies, Laurel and Hardy, Buster Keaton. So you'll be watching the films on the screen, but what you'll be hearing is them playing the score live in front of you. The following night then we've got one of our international acts, the Aquarelle Guitar Quartet, who are a fantastic quartet of classical guitarists, and they're coming in to do a Cinema Paradiso night for us, so it's all classic film themes, and that'll be a really atmospheric event as well.
Brilliant. Now, one of Belfast's greatest blues stars, Dom Martin's going to be there. If you've never seen Dom before, you got to see him, don't you?
We have literally been waiting for this gig since 2020. Dom was due to play for us in the ill-fated 2020 year when we had to pull the plug about 10 days before the festival, and at that stage we had him booked in quite a small venue. And since then, I mean, he's just kind of gone stratospheric, and he's playing really big gigs now and headlining some fantastic blues events. So he's our headline act for this year, and we have literally waited 3 years to welcome him. So we're really excited about that one.
Now, when it comes to guitars, the name Loudon is a name that everybody will know as well. And you've got a very special event in conversation with Ralph McLean, haven't you?
Yeah, this is going to be a lovely event. George Loudon's joining us. He's going to be interviewed by Ralph about his career. It's kind of a little bit of a retrospective looking back over his career and the development of the Loudon brand. He's bringing along his son Aaron, who's coming in now through the business and starting to take more of a lead, and he's going to talk about how they've developed the brand, how it's become a world leading name in guitar manufacturing, and all produced here in Northern Ireland, which is fantastic. So that's going to be a really intimate, nice kind of tea time event, and you know, there'll be some wine and some nibbles and a glass of beer, and we're hoping that you know, the real guitar aficionados are going to come along for that one. Now,
for me, one of the world's greatest guitarists has to be Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah. He's not coming, sadly. But Ralph is doing a very special tribute to Fleetwood Mac, isn't he?
Yeah, the brunch event that we do every year has kind of become one of the highlights of the festival, and people really look forward to this. So we do this on a Sunday morning, and each year we work with Ralph to pick either a classic band or a classic album, and we spend about an hour and a half. Ralph will chat through the work of the artist, and you can have a cup of coffee and a bacon buddy or some fruit salad. And this year we chose the Fleetwood Mac album Rumours. Yeah. So he's gonna, and that was kind of a bit of a nod to, obviously in the last year we've lost Chrissy McVie from Fleetwood Mac, so that's one of the reasons why we chose that album for this year. But it's become one of the most popular events of the festival. Yeah.
Brilliant. Now you've got some free events, some workshops and everything going on, haven't you?
Yeah, we do. Hopefully there's something for everyone. We do free fringe events, and we do those at lunchtime in Ards Arts Centre, and those are really for some people that maybe haven't been to the festival before and they're not sure they want to commit to buying a ticket. Is this really for me? I'm not really sure what to expect. So you can come along for free at lunchtime. You can bring a sandwich, bring a cup of coffee, and we've got some of the best local acts performing for an hour, and you can just dip in and out and, you know, come for 15 minutes, come for the whole time. Some of our headline acts are also facilitating guitar clinics, and this year they're called Advice on a Slice, because the feedback that we received was that people liked the more social element of being able to chat afterwards, after having done their clinic. So we're going to order in some pizza, and you can get advice from your guitar tutor and have a bit of a social and a slice of pizza as well. So we've got jazz with Jim Mullen. He's coming in from Scotland. We've got an amazing artist, Rodney Brannigan. He's now based in London, but originally from Texas.
Yeah.
This guy has to be seen to be believed. He plays 2 guitars at one time.
Wow.
And again, we had him booked in 2020 and unfortunately had to cancel. And at first we kind of thought, is this a little bit of a gimmick? But the more that we watched his footage and chatted to him, it really is quite incredible what he does. So he's going to be sharing the stage with Dom. He's going to be supporting Dom on the Saturday night. And then he's doing his own gig down at the Ivy Bar, the Weekend Wine Down, which is a favourite slot as well on the Sunday afternoon, where we all kick back a little bit and kind of enjoy the Sunday afternoon of the festival. So he's a brilliant storyteller as well. His nickname's the Texas Troubadour, and he really does tell fantastic stories, along with I suppose it's that American tradition of the storytelling coming out through his songs as well. You know, there's a real kind of story to follow, the narrative through his songwriting. So we're excited to welcome him as well.
And there's also a special lifetime achievement every year as well, which I always try to guess who it is, and you're giving me no clues this time
and
round.
every year you ask me, and every year I cannot tell you because we try and keep it a surprise. But what I would say is to think outside the box a little bit this year. It's maybe not as obvious as it might usually be. So it's not an obvious route to go down, let's say, the person that we have chosen this year.
But whoever it is will be in great company. I mean, you look at the list of names from the past many years, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. The award hasn't run quite as long as the festival, but we've been doing awards now for probably about 22 years. You're going to put me on the spot now, and I'm not going to remember who they all are, but we've had the likes of Martin Simpson, Eric Bell, Martin Carthy, the 4 of us received it one year. We had Simon McBride receive it one year. Carlos Bonnell. There's been some classical players and people from across all genres as well. In the early days, we endeavoured to give it to somebody who had made a real influence locally. That might be a clue for this year. But also over the years, as the styles have developed and we've introduced more electric guitar, we've introduced more than just the kind of classical range. It has been a wide variety of performers and just people that we feel have really contributed to either their genre, or they have been around for a very long time and influenced a lot of people coming behind them. And we have a local artist, Andrew Cook, who's a fantastic ceramicist based locally to us in Ards and North Down, and we commission him to hand make the award, so it's different every year and it is unique to the artist. We presented John Gom last year with the award, and Andrew replicated John's guitar he carries a guitar case with all stickers over it from everywhere that he's been, and Andrew reproduced that in ceramic, and it was really beautiful. So it's something that the artist can take away and keep as a kind of legacy to their visit to us at the festival.
Brilliant. So the festival runs from the 19th until the 23rd of April. How do we get our tickets for that?
You can get your tickets and all the information at ardsguitarfestival.co.uk.
The best of luck with the festival, Emily. Good to see you as always.
You too. Thank you.